1. I mean, what up, YouTube? Yo, baby. I swear, dog. Nigga be tripping. I be tripping. Because it's a whole situation that just went on. So if y'all follow the Twitch stream, y'all would know exactly what's up. Like, y'all would know exactly what's going on and what's up. You heard me? But we got a banger today, right, YouTube? So before we get started, no, I'm gonna keep it real. We got a banger today, so we gotta keep it pushing. Bro, we got Ghost Rider versus Spawn, right? We got Ghost Rider versus Spawn. Check. Hold on, we on YouTube, huh? 2, bro. If y'all don't pick fucking Spawn, boy, if y'all put your money down in the comment section below, I got $5. No, $5 times a million, times 1,000, or times even 100 people. I can't pay everybody. All right, look, I'm just gonna mentally put my bets on Spawn game. You heard me? While we get into this vid, so leave a comment who y'all think gonna win if y'all are here before the end, okay? Or even still, put who you think gonna win. I would put my money on Spawn, bro, just because, and it's literally being biased as fuck. I'm a fan of Spawn. Spawn's cape, everything Spawn does. Hold on. See, I'm about to explain it, and you know what? Death Battle can do a way better job, so let's let them do it. Mic check, let me know. Mic check, y'all can hear? Mic check, y'all can hear? So y'all can't even hear. Time out. Pause that shit, nigga. See, that's that shit I'm talking about, man. Pause. Stop screen sharing. My bad, bitch. Like, literally, my bad, bitch. Like, literally, my bad. Alright, let's go. They didn't see it. I'm gonna start it over. See, this shit. Be good now, right, Jack?
Ghost Rider versus Spawn.
The Spirit of Vengeance versus the Dark Angel of Armageddon.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Johnny Blaze has always been a man possessed, chasing the thrill of certain doom by performing death-defying stunts, following the example of his adoptive father, Crash Simpson.
Until the day Crash lived up to his name and got cancer. Heartbroken and without enough Wampa fruit to save him, Johnny turned to the only thing that could. Chemotherapy.
The devil.
Oh!
To cure Crash's cancer, Johnny sold his soul to Mephisto, king of the 8th layer of hell.
Only for Crash to actually live up to his name right after.
But instead of scooping up Johnny's soul, Mephisto had something else in mind. He bound Johnny to an instrument of divine wrath, Zarathos, the Spirit of Vengeance.
So Johnny Blaze lived up to his name and burst into hellfire. An undead skeleton biker with a sick-ass hug. The 5th scariest Nick Cage performance. The stuntman from hell. He called himself the Daredevil.
Sorry, Johnny, that name's taken.
Okay, then how about the Ghost Rider?
Sure, we definitely didn't forget that we named a character the same thing only 5 years earlier. All you.
The Ghost Rider was bad news for Earth's sinners and scumbags. He's strong enough to pull down skyscrapers, blow up mountains, and cause earthquakes that can be felt across whole countries.
Don't even think about fighting back. He can remake his whole body from the hellfire that engulfs him, making him immune to all physical damage.
Alright, so with that being said, they might be a little biased, dog. They might be biased to Johnny. I'm gonna keep it real. They might be, who I say, Johnny? They might be biased. Yo, should I do it like this or I'll flip it like this, y'all? I might do it like this. I can do it like this too. You hear me? They might be biased. They might be biased to this nigga. They said he could reincarnate his whole body into...
He's strong enough to pull down skies, cause earthquakes that can be felt across whole countries.
Don't even think about fighting back. He can remake his whole body from the hellfire that engulfs him, making
How? Don't think about fighting back. What?
him immune to all physical damage. Only holy weapons that target his soul can harm him.
It's not just his body, his whole arsenal is hellfire. Ghosty can create anything he can think of, from an infinite stream of chains, a shotgun packed with fiery rounds, or a flame.
That's actually fire. That actually makes sense. Only things that can affect his soul, only things that can pierce his soul will damage him. I ain't gonna lie, I feel like that's a lot about me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not even going on Ghost Rider's team. I just had a voice in my head that said, "You want to test that?" And I was like, "Nah, I don't want to test that shit." So I don't want to test that shit.
Flaming missile barbed right out of his mouth. Life goals.
And he can imbue other objects with hellfire,
That's crazy.
such as his hell cycle.
Oh,
That's fire.
This badass bike can outpace Thor's hammer Mjolnir, which can cross the universe in seconds.
Hellfire is a weapon in and of itself, whether shot out of his hands, raining down from the sky, or released from his...
His boner, Wiz. Get it? And it doesn't just scorch flesh. Hellfire is so deadly, it can burn away your very soul.
This technique would be mastered by Johnny's successor, his own brother, Danny Ketch.
Oh yeah, Johnny's not the only Ghost Rider, and Danny was the first to master their most famous move. You know, the one that burns your soul to smithereens with just a look? The Penance Stare.
The Penance Stare inflicts upon its victims every ounce of pain they ever wreaked upon others. Every cruelty, no matter how small or righteous, is reflected back. A biblical punishment.
Imagine if we had like secret superpowers, bro. Because honestly, this is how I feel too. And we can't unlock it because we don't like know how to do it. Like for Johnny to figure out how to do the penance stare, I'm going to the wrong one every time. My bad, bro. But like realistically, like imagine if we got a superpower and we don't know how to unlock that shit, dog. And we had it the whole time, and by the time we died, and God was like, "Well, you know you could have fly. You know you could have flew, but." You smoke weed that one time, it fucked up the neural system and your flight abilities. You was gonna get it by 18, dumbass. Choices. It's messed up when you think about it. It's not messed up. Who fault it is? We dumb. Humans, we dumb.
Obliterating your soul. It even works on other Ghost Riders, like when Johnny and Danny got into a staring contest and Danny actually depowered Johnny.
Eyes are windows to the soul, so the Ghost Rider must be able to match his victim's gaze for the penance stare to work. Some people have survived it, like the Punisher supposedly because he didn't regret his actions, but it did work on him on other occasions.
Well, Johnny can adjust how deadly it is, and it doesn't necessarily have to kill you. He can use the stare to read minds, force you to confess info, or just show you the error of your ways.
Remember, the Ghost Rider is two souls in one body, with the kinder Johnny battling the demon Zarathos in a war of control.
Classic Faustian bargain.
We forgetting.
All the
That's
power
deep. Two souls in one body.
in the world.
No, two souls in
Necessarily have to kill you. He can use the stare to read minds, force you to confess info, or just show you the error of your ways.
Remember, the Ghost Rider is two souls in one body, with the kinder Johnny battling the demon Zarathos in a war of control.
Classic Faustian bargain. All the power in the world, but if you want it, it uses you. Because if Johnny gives in, the demon's full might will take over, and then everything is screwed.
That's how I
Can
feel.
you please just hear me out? No,
Chat, I ain't gonna lie.
No.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about shit. So they talking about demons right now. And if Johnny lets what's the name of the nigga in this soul? I can't remember. Let him take full effect. It's over. It's over. Nah, son, hold on, chat. Nah, we about to get it. We about to get popping because it's making a lot of. It means a lot to me right now. It means a lot to me right now. They talking about demons right now. All right, bet. We gotta get back into it though. I ain't gonna lie, we gotta get back into it. Bet. We live on YouTube for real. Sorry.
Souls in one body, with the kinder Johnny battling the demon Zarathos in a war of control.
Classic Faustian bargain. All the power in the world, but if you want it, it uses you. Because if Johnny gives in, the demon's full might will take over, and then everything is screwed.
Zarathos' strength is boundless. He can open up portals between dimensions, control the elements, pen and stare.
Boundless is a little far-fetched, gang. Hold on, Boundless is a little far-fetched, gang. Because Ghost Rider is not that powerful, gang. Like, come on, gang. Y'all being far-fetched. Far-fetched, dog. Ghost Rider is not that powerful, bro. Why is this shit boundless? What?
Gives in, the demon's full might will take over, and then everything is screwed.
Zarathos' strength is boundless. He can open up portals between dimensions, control the elements, pen and stare an entire city, and fly.
He should not be on Earth with humans. Like, what kind of... When y'all giving these gods these fucking universal powers, like he has the power to penetrate the whole city. That ain't even that good either. I don't be real. Hold on. If you're a god, that ain't.
Fly all the way.
If you're a god, that ain't that good.
Classic Faustian.
If you're a god, that ain't that good.
All the power in the world, but if you want it, it uses you. Because if Johnny gives in, the demon's full might will take over, and then everything is screwed.
Zarathos' strength is boundless.
How? Chet, how?
He can open up portals between dimensions, control the elements, pen and stare an entire city, and fly all the way to Asgard, which is a literal infinite distance away.
He's manhandled some of Marvel's heaviest hitters, like Thor, World War Hulk, and Doctor Strange. Hell, Strange said Zarathos is a threat to all realms, mortal and immortal.
Hyperbole? Think again. The Archangel Zadkiel said that the power of the Ghost Rider could threaten all of existence.
How? No, chat. How? They trying to cop a plea for getting Spawn to get beat up, bro. They trying to cop a plea for Spawn to get beat up. There's no way in hell Ghost Rider. He looks so trash on the movie. He looks so bad on the movie. I ain't gonna lie, dog. I'm not gonna lie, dog. And I know Ghost Rider from the comics too, but bruh, y'all are like Death Battle. It's like these niggas, they take the best qualities out of one comic book. I guess that's what you should do. The best, you know what? I guess that's what you should do. There's no way in hell Ghost Rider is this powerful and he gets his ass whooped in so many different situations. They did not, if Ghost Rider is this powerful, gang, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. If Ghost Rider this powerful, they did a horrible job in the movies for this boy. They did a horrible job for this boy. They did a horrible job for him. And he don't look good. He like Headless Horseman type of vibe, type of like, you weak as fuck. I'll cut your arm off or something. Nah, I guess Ghost Rider. I guess Ghost Rider is the ghost of all Ghost Riders and all skeleton heads for the whole multiverse. The top tier guy, and then he's still sharing a soul with somebody else. I don't get it.
Distance, and even bring down heaven itself.
Right before an army of Ghost Riders did just that. Yeah, an army. The spirits of vengeance are legion.
As far back
what
as
are we
the
talking about?
Flood, humans have been bonded to the vestiges of God's power to act as his divine wrath on Earth.
Wait, what? Say that again.
Self.
Right before an army of Ghost Riders did just that.
Wait.
Yeah. War Hulk and Doctor Strange. Hell, Strange said Zarathos is a threat to all realms, mortal and immortal.
Hyperbole? Think again. The Archangel Zadkiel said that the power of the Ghost Rider could threaten all of existence, and even bring down heaven itself.
Right before an army of Ghost Riders did just that. Yeah, an army.
You want to know why this don't make sense? You want to know why this is like, this don't make sense? You got a bunch of skeletons. A bunch of fucking skeletons that y'all imbued with power. And these skeletons are supposed to be the OP skeletons of everything else, but the power that you've given them, they're still I will put a skeleton Ghost Rider up against motherfucking the Human Torch, against motherfucking Johnny Storm, that same person, against the incredible Stretch of Wonder Woman killing them for sure. I meant to say Invisible Woman. Like, y'all, what are we talking about here? Like, these are skeletons. Ghost Rider is a skeleton who was given his power from another being. How y'all making him omnipotent? If you know, you know. This don't make no fucking sense.
Spirits of vengeance are legion.
As far
We gotta work on our cousin on YouTube. They're not gonna monetize us.
back as the Great Flood, humans have been bonded to the vestiges of God's power to act as his divine wrath on Earth. A sort of
Ghost Rider, out of everybody, Ghost Rider, no, seriously, out of everybody, no, seriously, out of everybody, Ghost Rider, bro.
heavenly black ops.
Okay, wait, does that make Zarathos an angel now? Or is he still a demon?
Both? Neither? Despite being one of the greatest entities in existence, it's
Bullshit.
unclear. What we do know is that ages ago, Zarathos feasted on souls and battled Mephisto for rulership of his.
I missed something. I ain't gonna lie, Chad. And I'm research. I ain't gonna lie, I'm research all day, dog. If I don't get it, I'm going to figure out what the hell they talking about. Cause I missed something, and I'm not about to rush this. Like, this my shit. This my type shit. Y'all know we superheroes down all day, powers, abilities, all that. I don't get why Ghost Rider. Why they bigging up Ghost Rider like this? I'll put Ghost Rider up against anybody, and got him losing. Not anybody, but majority of the people.
All realms, mortal and immortal.
Hyperbole? Think again. The Archangel Zadkiel said that the power of the Ghost Rider could threaten all of existence,
We went back
and
home,
even bring down heaven itself.
Right before an army of Ghost Riders did just that. Yeah, an army. The spirits of vengeance are legion.
As far back as the Great Flood, humans have been bonded to the vestiges of God's power to act as his divine wrath on Earth.
Right before an army of Ghost Riders did just that. Yeah, an army. The spirits of vengeance are legion.
As far back as the Great Flood, humans have been bonded to the vestiges of God's power to act as his divine wrath on Earth. A sort of heavenly black ops.
Okay, wait, does that make Zarathos an angel now? Or is he still a demon?
Both? Neither? Despite being one of the greatest
They don't
entities
know.
in existence,
They don't
it's
know.
unclear. What we do know is that ages ago, Zarathos feasted on souls and battled Mephisto for rulership of his realm. Mephisto, ever the trickster, claimed victory and gained control of Zarathos forevermore. Hence how he could bond him to Johnny.
But Zarathos got his revenge against that big red bitch with another Ghost Rider, Alejandra Jones. Bet you wish you had one more day to fix that hole in your chest, huh?
Comic book fan punching bag though he may be, Mephisto is unbelievably powerful. A battle with him could cause omniversal Armageddon, fitting as his fight with Galactus rents the cosmos asunder.
And
What?
Galactus' fights can destroy all of Marvel's infinite multiverse. That's the kind of awesome power at Zarathos' disposal. Total cosmic annihilation.
So it was no surprise when Johnny went down to the underworld and took Hell's throne for himself, usurping the devil that ruined his life and finally grabbing destiny by the handlebars.
Scoring the total power of hell itself, plus a sick-ass upgrade, the Damnation Stare, which skips the whole every pain you've ever inflicted thing and just sends you straight to hell. No shot.
As they say though, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Johnny began an obsessive crusade to capture all of Hell's escaped demons. But
I ain't gonna lie, if I gotta go meet a Ghost Rider and have to deal with every single pain I've ever inflicted to other people, bitch, I'm dead. I'm so far past dead. I'm so far past gone, bro. You think it's funny? I think it's scary. Like, I hope that ain't like that's what nigga, we human. Hey, I bet I don't want to have to. But you know what? Honestly, it is what it is at this point. It is what it. Oh, you say that, huh? Nah, I don't want to feel no pain. I hate being sick as a human, dog. I don't like catching colds. I don't want to deal with a penance there. I'm so for real.
By using his new power to damn them to hell, he began absorbing their evil, feeding off of it, and it corrupted him. Once again, Johnny Blaze was a man possessed.
Wait, he got corrupted again? I'm sorry.
They say, though, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Johnny began an obsessive crusade to capture all of hell's escaped demons. But by using his new power to damn them to hell, he began absorbing their evil, feeding off of it, and it corrupted him.
Damn.
Once again, Johnny Blaze was a man possessed.
Corrupted.
True, Johnny was just as trapped by hell.
Corrupted is the word of the day. Corrupted is a real thing. You gotta be careful what you let your brain intake. You gotta be careful what you let your brain consume. Corruption is a real thing.
Power as he'd always been, and he needed Danny's help to pull him out of the darkness.
Though he gave up Hell's throne, the Ghost Rider continues his war against demons
Fuck
without
him.
and within, mentoring his fellow Ghost Riders in the ways of vengeance, always prowling the highways for the evil and the profane.
An unstoppable engine of judgment that, with just a glance, could make Galactus himself shit his pants.
Maybe one day he'll find salvation in the eyes of one of his victims.
As they sure as hell won't find any in his.
In order for me to get excited
Yeah,
about an
check,
idea,
nah,
I
check.
have to understand
I ain't got no
what
money
I'm
on
trying
a
to
Ghost Rider.
create. Visualize
I'm gonna keep
the
it real.
story.
I'm gonna let this play while I go use the bathroom, so y'all better stay tuned in. And I'm
This
going to
battle
rewind
is
it.
sponsored
And
by
I'm going to rewind
Robinhood
it.
Gold.
And I'm going to rewind it when I get back.
Gold, you can now
And I'm still
enjoy
dropping this
the
on
VIP
YouTube.
treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions.
The privileges of the very privileged are no longer exclusive. With
From first match, gun, paint
he was a killer.
a lieutenant colonel in the U. $5 a month for 1 year from first match and must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
If Al Simmons was one thing, he was a killer.
A lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army and the CIA's most decorated assassin, Simmons upheld democracy around the globe at the barrel of a gun, painting the third world in red, white, and blue, but mostly red.
Until his final fateful mission when, per his boss's orders, Al was fired.
The burning was only getting started because Al's immortal soul was on a one-way trip to hell.
Where he cut a deal with Malvosia, the big, naked lord of the 8th Circle of Hell.
By their pact, Simmons would be reborn a Hellspawn, a superpowered commander of Hell's armies, in exchange for seeing his wife one more time.
Oh, buddy, you're just asking to get monkey's blood.
Al Simmons returned from the dead as a decaying zombie 5 years later. After his wife had already
Wait. Death Battle host. I've been listening, gang. Y'all think I wasn't listening? It's coming across like, cause we all know Spawn was born a brother. We all know Ghost Rider was born the other. With that being said, much love and respect. But Ghost Rider got a way better fucking storyline in the beginning than Spawn is even getting. I kept hearing Ghost Rider, I kept hearing his attributes and all this extra shit that I didn't even know how good he was, that they making him seem like he's so fire. He's so fire, right? Ghost Rider, he's so fire. When it comes down to Spawn, hold up. They shitting on my boy. Hold on, Robin Hood. Nah, let's get back to it.
Lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army and the CIA's most decorated assassin, Simmons upheld democracy around the globe at the barrel of a gun, painting the third world in red, white, and blue, but mostly red.
Until his final fateful mission when, per his boss's orders, Al was fired.
The burning was only getting started because Al's immortal soul was on a one-way trip to hell.
Where he cut a deal with Malvosia, the big, naked lord of the 8th Circle of Hell.
By their pact, Simmons would be reborn a Hellspawn, a superpowered commander of Hell's armies, in exchange for seeing his wife one more time.
Oh, buddy, you're just asking to get monkey's blood.
Al Simmons returned from the dead as a decaying zombie 5 years later. After his wife had...
Hold on. Check. Would you think that's a good thing or okay? Not a good thing, but you think as somebody who served in the forces, you would just assume like you doing good for you don't expect to go to hell, right? And then imagine your soul go to hell. Because you got to think about everybody you killed and their family and all that extra, you know what I'm saying, that come with it, the trauma, the turmoil. I mean, personally, my dad was in the military, and he was not okay after seeing a lot of his friends and people around him literally dying in his face. So I don't know. I say stay prayed up and remember these are comics too, because I'm one and I dwell on this shit and I love it so much. I do be overthinking about a lot, bro. But bro, oh my God, imagine us as if you was human and you served in the military or something. I'm gonna say it, and it's going on YouTube. And like humans ain't like, people don't really think like everybody else think. Like they think about what they thinking about in their own life. I'm kind of like, you know, I love superheroes, universal, godly type. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always thinking about afterlife, and you know what I'm saying, or like my actions and how it's gonna affect me later, or how, you know what I'm saying, a higher place after humanity feels about my humanity. Mind you, I ain't did shit good being a human, but well, I did, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't imagine being in the military or Navy and then you start having to think about these things. It's really something that people think about. I don't know. I thought about it, and I ain't killed nobody. Grand Theft Auto, I ain't. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of wrong. But if you think as a soldier for the military, navies, whatever you doing, you know what I'm saying, trying to help your country wise that they manipulate you on, or just like, but which is real facts, because war's gonna happen. Imagine if those people think they was going to hell. Or think about the trauma they deal with. We already deal with our own shit. Real shit. We already deal with our own shit. I did not mean to get to that segue, but that's some real shit, dog. That's some real shit. That's scary. Cause y'all seen how he was falling in hell? That ain't gangster.
Al was fired.
The burning was only getting started because Al's immortal soul was on a one-way trip to hell,
where he cut a deal with Malvosia, the big, naked lord of the 8th circle of hell.
By their pact, Simmons would be reborn a Hellspawn, a superpowered commander of Hell's armies, in exchange for seeing his wife one more time.
Oh, buddy, you're just...
And it be love at the end of the day every time, boy. Let's go.
Just asking to get monkey's bud.
Al Simmons returned from the dead as a decaying zombie 5 years later.
And this is what I was saying too. Why we doing Spawn like this? Like, Spawn is OP. You gave Ghost Rider a lot of love, nigga. You gave Ghost Rider a lot of love, my boy.
After his wife had already remarried and had a daughter.
Check, this gotta be the video. We gotta stop saying fuck. We gotta stop cursing. We gotta stop saying nigga. We gotta stop.
You saw her. Now get back to work, bitch!
Thus was born the undead warrior from hell itself, Spawn.
He's so 90s that he comes all the way back around to being the coolest thing ever. Look upon his edge, wizard, and despair.
Spawn would violently defend New York's downtrodden, while slowly uncovering the full breadth of his demonic powers.
He's like a walking superpower encyclopedia. He can fly, teleport, turn invisible and intangible, move things with his mind, make force fields, control the elements and the weather, and even stop time. Speaking of time, he can fly so fast, he literally breaks into other dimensions and smashes time as a concept.
He can manipulate matter, shape-shifting his own body or transmuting other objects and people. He can even control and absorb your soul.
Wait, Wiz.
Alright, this is what I want to hear. Go back.
Breadth of his demonic powers.
He's like a walking superpower encyclopedia. He can fly, teleport, turn
He can do
invisible
everything.
and intangible, move things with his mind, make force fields, control the elements and the weather, and even stop time. Speaking of time, he can fly so fast, he literally breaks into other dimensions and smashes time as a concept.
He can manipulate matter, shape-shifting his own body or transmuting other objects and people. He can even control and absorb your soul.
Wait, Wiz, if he can rearrange molecules and crap, why doesn't he just fix his uggo face?
Well, he tried to do that, but Malbolgia cursed him so that he could only make himself... yeah.
Oh, it's petty trolling like that.
Wait. Wait. Y'all didn't even have to include that. Wait.
Tried to do that,
What?
but
Why doesn't he just fix his uggo face?
well, he tried to do that, but Malbolgia cursed him so that he could only make himself...
A white man with blonde hair. Nigga, when we do it in the comics, who is the right? You gotta watch what you read. Who is the writers? This part of the comic gotta be racist.
Yeah.
Oh, it's petty trolling like that gets you a throne in hell.
To be fair, Spawn can achieve a similar result with illusions and mental manipulation. He can read and control minds, implant and replace memories, or simply drive you mad.
Spawn can do all of this crazy shit because he runs on necroplasm. Basically, hell juice.
You're not wrong. Necroplasm is the energy that makes up hell itself. Al's undead body is composed of 400 pounds of it.
He can wield it like an energy blaster empowered by the sins of others. Spawn can absorb your evil and feed off of it. By simply walking on Earth, Spawn feels all of humanity's pain all at once.
He's even absorbed the sins of 400 pounds of it.
He can wield it like an energy blaster empowered by the sins of others. Spawn can absorb your evil and feed off of it. By simply walking on Earth, Spawn feels all of humanity's pain all at once.
He's even absorbed the sins of 8 million New Yorkers instantly, cleansing them of their evil.
Like Jesus?
Or he can do the reverse and make you experience the full weight of your own sins, feeling every bit of pain you've ever inflicted on others over your whole life.
Like some sort of penance.
Though Spawn's necroplasm comes with a catch.
Yeah, he's got a limited amount of the stuff, and it drains every time he uses his powers. If he runs out, he's dragged back to hell.
Even depowered, Spawn can rely on his elite military training in hand-to-hand combat. He's even fought Batman to a standstill.
And as befits his past perfection.
He better beat Batman. Like nigga, he better beat Batman. Like what the like? That's Spawn. Oh my god. Oh, you said, I hate Batman. I don't like that. Why would they even make a comment like that?
He's dragged back to hell.
Even depowered, Spawn can rely on his elite military training in hand-to-hand combat. He's even fought Batman to a standstill.
And as befits his past profession, he loves his big-ass 90s guns.
Though his greatest weapon is the sentient being he's genetically and spiritually bonded to, his cloak. Letha of the 7th House of K.
You ever wonder why his cape's red? Nope, well, now you are, and it's red because it's made from the apple Eve ate in the Garden of Eden. It's literally made of original sin. Oh, and also the souls of a million sinners, including every one of Hell's victims. Also a touch of vampire for good measure.
K7 Letha is constantly evolving. It can act independently to defend Spawn with an infinite stream of chains, transform into weapons, or drain people of their power. It is the most potent weapon Hell has ever created.
It even helps Spawn beat the primordial dark god Urizen, who can destroy and eat your soul with just a glare.
Except the souls bonded to Spawn acted as a buffer, allowing him to survive.
You'd think with an arsenal like that, he'd be unstoppable. But Hell spawns have a weakness to holy weapons and can be killed permanently if decapitated by one.
Though Spawn has managed to survive this in the past. No, Spawn's greatest weakness is his own... how do I put this? Stupidity.
So Spawn fought this angel lady, Angela. Great name for an angel. She had this dimensional lance that could wipe Hellspawn out of existence, and Spawn got it. But instead of, being cautious around a mysterious angel weapon that hurts him, he just had to push the big shiny button and activate it on himself.
And so, Spawn was forever destroyed, until he reconfigured reality to undo his own inexistence.
There we are, good as new. That has to be the first time we've seen someone accidentally kill themselves and survive.
On his
What kind of video is this? I feel like this is mad like bias. I feel like this is mad bias. Ghost Rider had a whole different fucking Ghost Rider had a whole different story, bro. Why like let's big up Ghost Rider. Let's shit on Spawn. I will talk about it. Are y'all serious? Are y'all not being like, bro? I'm mad offended, bro. I'm seriously offended, dog. I'm seriously offended, bro. And I watch these guys all the time. I don't get this. I don't know.
Quest as Hell's greatest warrior, Spawn has defeated a serial killer ice cream man, a demonic clown, and even his old boss remade by Heaven into an anti-Spawn. He's even encountered other Hellspawn.
Killing bad guys might seem counterintuitive if you work for a Hell Lord, but it actually just adds more souls to Balbosia's army. An army Spawn would have to lead in a war with Heaven that had killed all of humanity.
Because the reason Malbolgia chose Al to be his commander wasn't that he was some great warrior. It was because Al had proven that he was the best at taking orders.
All his life and all his death, Al was nothing more than a hired gun.
But he knew it, and he would do so no more.
So Spawn marched down to Hell and ripped Malbosia's head off with a scream so loud it echoed through all of reality. Spawn became the king of the 8th circle of Hell.
Did you know you can increase your revenue with Snapchat ads? Just ask.
I don't like that because it's like
Spawn is literally a part of Hell itself, gaining access to an unlimited pool of energy that increases 100-fold with every heartbeat. He's effectively omnipotent in there, and strong enough to challenge other Hell Lords like Mammon and Satan.
He got so strong, the only thing left was to finally resolve the war between Heaven and Hell.
But Spawn needed help from the being who created this God and Satan to begin with, the mother of existence, Gaia.
She wasn't cool with her kids being total assholes, so she appointed Spawn to be the universe's savior.
By eating the fruit from the Tree of Life, Spawn became truly divine, capable of battling God and Satan in a stalemate for eternity that extinguished all life on Earth.
And each of them are powerful enough to create and control infinitely sized universes.
Spawn broke the stalemate by letting God and Satan destroy him, only for Gaia to separate the two from the reality they threatened.
Then, just like that time with the Lance, Spawn respawned and recreated the Earth. Poof, good as new.
Finally freed of the weight of Heaven and Hell, Al asked to be reborn as a human. But he knew in his heart he deserved to carry on his undead penance in perpetuity.
He's a creature of the 90s, Wiz. He won't be happy unless he can angstily brood over the injustice of his own existence.
Though if you threaten the alley he calls home, beware, because Spawn will turn whatever's left of your life into a living hell.
I do not like the description.
This battle
of
is
Spawn.
sponsored by DraftKings Casino.
I do not like the description of Spawn. I'ma just keep it real, bro. Sound biased, so we about to get into the death battle now, cause this shit better be like, what was that? It was like buku hate, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. Now let's get into this shit.
To receive 200 casino.
Get off. Get off.
Get
off.
Get
Get off.
Through all possibilities.
It's time.
25 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for one hell of a
Death
death
battle! Come on, Spawn, you mother. Ooh.
Nights like these,
They hated too
drive me
long.
insane.
They hated too long.
Brimstone in the air. Something's coming. If it wants a piece of me, there'll be hell to pay.
Stay on the motorcycle.
Go back to the pit you squirmed from, Hellspawn.
Make me.
It's nothing personal. Vengeance calls.
Sloppy, you fight like a bum.
You've earned your damnation.
Get over here!
Cannot disguise your
God!
wickedness. God forbid. Simmons, your sins are innumerable. I am here to wreak vengeance upon your soul.
Oh, shit!
I eat sin for breakfast. Have a taste of your own goddamn medicine.
He lied. He is the Prince of Lies. Wait, I'm an innocent.
It's like you said, nothing personal, asshole.
This was the of a battle that pitted Ghost Rider's immense power against Spawn's skill and versatility.
Yes!
Let's break this down into 4
Yes!
categories.
First
That
up,
was so
power.
good!
Divine Spawn could match God and Satan, who could create universes. Similar in scale to Ghost Rider's bouts with a lot of the powerhouses
That
in
was
Marvel.
so
But Zarathos
good!
was different. Remember, his power can match that of Mephisto and Galactus, who can threaten all of Marvel's infinite cosmic reality, far greater than any cosmos Spawn has ever affected. Even though Spawn's battled and defeated Satan in more recent comics, implying he's retained a level of power similar to his divine form, he couldn't match Zarathos in power alone.
Ghost Rider may take power, but remember, Johnny actively resists Zarathos' influence, so Spawn may have had time in the fight to learn and adapt to Ghost Rider before he went full Blue Fury.
And Spawn definitely had the edge in skill. He spent decades in military combat and is a master martial artist, whereas Johnny more so relies on his invincibility.
The
So
ultimate
good.
dream power for a stuntman. Even with his crazy powers, Ghost Rider was a lot more direct than Spawn, pretty much entirely focused on attacking the soul.
Which doesn't bode well for his versatility. Spawn can stop time, manipulate matter, turn intangible, control minds, warp reality. The Ghost Rider had a much more limited arsenal by comparison. Spawn had a huge advantage in this category.
Fire.
Though with his invincibility, way greater power, and the ability to scorch your soul to nothing, Ghost Rider could score the win through brute force, right?
Not exactly.
That
The
was
last
fire.
piece of the puzzle is their resistances. Basically, who was harder to kill. Spawn's constant mainlining of humanity's collective sin and pain meant he could survive attacks on his soul, including the penance stare, just like he resisted a very similar attack from Urizen.
Best of all, remember the time he rewrote reality to undo his own inexistence?
There was nothing the Ghost Rider could do to overpower that. And that time with the lance wasn't planned, it was purely instinctual. He could replicate it any time he wanted, like in his fight with God and Satan.
So how do you put Spawn down for good? Well, you can't. At least Johnny and Zarathos couldn't.
Unlike how Ghost Rider's soul has been vulnerable to attack before, like when Danny used the penance stare to depower Johnny.
This sort of thing actually happens a lot, even in recent comics. The whole reason Johnny and Zarathos are bonded in the first place is because Zarathos' soul was manipulated by Mephisto.
And not only does Spawn have plenty of experience manipulating souls, he can replicate the effect of the penance stare itself.
And just think about that. A penance stare on Zarathos would mean he's feeling the pain from every penance stare that he's ever done. A penance squared.
The damnation stare, on the other hand, actively helped Spawn, sending him to hell where he gets a literal infinite power boost.
And it wasn't just Spawn's soul powers that had spelled trouble. He had other ways to bypass Ghost Rider's immortality too, like transmutation, rewriting reality, immortality, or just straight up stealing his powers, which has worked on multiple Ghost Riders in the past.
Giving Spawn the final edge. Zarathos was almost unbeatable, a massive power advantage, soul destruction, immortality, but Spawn could counter everything thrown at him, and was too unkillable for Zarathos' strength advantage to matter in the long run against his crazier abilities.
That was one hell of a fight, and at least Johnny went out in a blaze of glory.
The winner is Spawn.
Hey, y'all had better.
Next time
and I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all had better ended it like that because. Gosh, I was gonna go crazy on y'all. I was gonna go crazy on y'all. Y'all was hating on Spawn for way too much. You heard me? Yo, I'm not gonna lie. That was a fire ass vid. You heard me? Yo, I appreciate y'all. Yo, told this is a fire one. Yo, we gonna get back to the next battle. If you like this one, leave a like, subscribe, and keep the fire in your eyes. You heard me? We gonna be back. You heard me? But you already know who it is. It's FSR Hero, aka Dartistfire. Tongue tied. Still lit off a Spawn winning when I thought he was gonna lose. Good shit. You heard me? But